talk about... No, I can't. I can't, dude.
It was a good try. It was a good try. Do you want me to say it, or...
Let's talk about... I forgot what we were just talking about. Fuck, I hate this. Let's talk about
Okay.
I hate you.
It was very simple what you had to say.
I hate this catchphrase.
Okay.
It sucks.
Okay. Do you want me to say it?
Alright. Let's talk about the weekly recap.
Episode 2.
Episode 2. I'm Doubtful.
And I'm Ryan Buehler.
And I got good mic quality, I hope.
Fingers crossed. It seems like you do. We'll find out in post.
We got the title of the show now. The podcast.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Exciting stuff.
Pretty set.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, today, we are going to be discussing the movie Our Friend that just came out.
By we, you mean
Outside the Wire, that is streaming on Netflix.
By we, you mean you?
Yes. We are going to talk about The Devil All the Time, which came out in 2020, which is also streaming on Netflix. All right, you know what? I'm trying to catch up. I can't see everything. All right.
And then the big money, Wanda Vision episode 3.
Yes.
And then maybe a couple of news and trailers that drop.
Yes. All right, so we're going to head right into it. So, Our Friend just came out. Unfortunately, it wasn't playing anywheres near us, so I had to pay the $20 rent fee to watch it on Amazon Prime.
That's yucky.
Yeah, but I was super excited to watch this movie. Apparently, no one else has ever heard this movie. Didn't know it was coming out.
Don't want to pay $20, probably.
Probably not, but it's directed by Gabriella Calperthwaite. I don't know exactly how to say that last name. It stars Casey Affleck, Dakota Johnson, and Jason Segel. It is also based off of a book titled The Friend, and it's actually so it's based off of a true story. Everything that happens in this movie was based off a true story, and it plays out in that way. So this is actually a pretty incredible story. It was very different. We're watching this married couple who has a family. The wife is diagnosed with cancer, and watching them go through that. But they have a best friend played by Jason Segel. He plays Dane, and he comes in and he's trying to help out Casey Affleck's character Matt with everything that's going on with the wife and trying to take care of the kids and keeping the house all together. And I thought it was a really awesome story, and I'm really glad that I got to experience and learn about it.
You watched it with your girlfriend?
Yes, I watched it with my girlfriend Kelsey. Jason Segel, Dane, that man is the greatest friend that's ever existed. To just drop everything in his life to be there for them, that was just awesome. Now, from the synopsis of this movie, you would expect it to be pretty much sad all the way through, but it actually was pretty funny mostly through it, especially with Jason Segel's humor. And this was like one of his few serious roles, which was pretty awesome because I thought he did a really good job acting. Overall, I think the acting kind of has like ups and downs from everybody. I'm not saying that it's the greatest acted movie out there, but I think they did a good job at certain points and then just decent jobs at other points. I don't want to give away any spoilers for the movie. The runtime I think was a little long because it's a little bit over 2 hours. But I did really appreciate the cinematography and visual storytelling. Instead of like explaining what's going on, they like to show you what's happening, showing characters reacting to things and just going through it. And I definitely appreciated that. Instead of cutting back and forth between characters when they're talking, it's I'm pretty sure the whole movie was just static shots and just following the characters as they were talking, like in wide shots. And I just thought that was pretty good. The story does jump around from like present day and then going back and forth. So it kind of abruptly stops the story when it goes back in time, but it kind of makes sense to keep you entertained and learning about the characters and the story. So I think it worked. But yeah, no, I actually really did enjoy this movie, and I'm really glad I watched it.
I'm very upset that you said that was his only serious acting role. There is only another serious acting role, and that's The Muppets.
Oh, shut up. I really thought you were being serious. I looked through his filmography. I couldn't find anything. It was made.
Getting Sarah Marshall serious, or no? That's a comedy.
I think that's more like, it's more serious than his other movies. It was definitely more grounded, but I think this one was definitely his most dramatic story and film. I thought they did a really good job with it.
Gulliver's Travels is a serious one as well.
Okay, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Outside of the
I don't
Wire,
think I can.
yay!
All right, so Outside of the Wire,
I skipped.
is new on Netflix, starring Anthony Mackie and Damson Idris, and directed by, I don't even know how to pronounce that name, Mikhail Hafstrom. It has like symbols and stuff, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. But
Adam Sandberg directed it.
All right, you know what? I'm never gonna live that one down. So this movie, it's from the same producers of Extraction and The Old Guard that came out last year on Netflix. And I was not a big fan of either of those movies, so I didn't really have high hopes for this one. Given it's a January action movie dropping on Netflix, putting the bar low, I think, was the best choice because I consider this movie to be decent. It was definitely better than I thought it would be. It's better than Extraction and The Old Guard, in my opinion. I think it had a better overall story. And Damson Idris's character actually had like character development. Watching his character develop was actually pretty cool. And it was awesome seeing Anthony Mackie in the lead role. He was definitely a badass. And he was awesome. But like the story overall, except for Damson's character, was pretty simple and straight to the point. The special effects, I'm pretty sure some YouTubers have done better special effects for their short films on here, which is kind of disappointing. You would think Netflix would have a bigger budget for their movies.
Yeah, they print money.
Yeah.
Aren't they like bankrupt though? So maybe.
I guess maybe.
Is this movie successful?
I mean, I haven't really seen anybody talking about it. It's definitely like, besides Damson Idris's character's story, it was kind of a throwaway overall. The biggest critique that I had for it was the beginning of the movie. It has text come up on the screen explaining what's going on, but the immediate scene afterwards explains everything that they just showed through text. They just showed visually and through the characters doing things. Like, I didn't really understand why. That was really pointless. Like, when you're making a movie, you should be showing us, not telling us what's going on. I felt like that was wasted time. But I thought it was decent. Okay. Damson Idris's character's story. He's a drone pilot. He makes a bad call. He gets in trouble, and he gets sent outside the wire as a soldier on the front lines. And watching him, how his mindset as being a drone pilot has to change being on the ground and being in the action rather than being behind a desk in front of a monitor. So I think that was cool. But we can move on to something that you actually saw.
Yeah.
Which is The Devil All the Time,
I saw this.
which has an all-star cast.
I saw this like a week ago. Or a couple weeks
All right,
ago.
well,
My bad.
A couple weeks ago, but I finally got the opportunity to watch it because it is a pretty long movie, and it's a dark movie at that. So you kind of have to have the right mindset going in.
It was my favorite movie of last year.
And I definitely understand that. I think I put it in my top 5 movies of the year. It was like everybody, the all-star cast really showed, like they did all a fantastic job. Like we have Bill Skarsgård, Tom Holland, Sebastian Stan. I knew it was Sebastian Stan, but like every like couple minutes I would be second guessing myself. It didn't really look like him, but it did. I don't know. It was weird. They also have Jason Clarke. I don't know how to.
Stan replaced Chris Evans. That was initially supposed to be Chris Evans' role, but he due to schedule.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It would have been even more all-star, and they still have an all-star. You're with them.
Yeah. So we have Robert Pattinson in there.
Yeah, our boy.
We love Robert Pattinson.
Our boy.
Yeah, our boy. What I thought was pretty awesome about this movie is that it's based off of the book that was written by Donald Ray Pollock. I don't know how to say his name. That was published in 2011. And it's actually narrated by the author of the book, which I thought was super awesome. I didn't realize until I was looking up the information for this video. I just thought that was respectful for them to do that, and his voice definitely matched being the narrator. And it's also directed by Antonio Campos.
Hopefully you said it right.
Campos?
No.
I don't know. Everyone's got unique names. So I'm gonna just so you have an idea on what the movie is about. I'm gonna read the IMDb description for it. It's sinister characters converge around a young man devoted to protecting those he loves in a post-war backwoods town teeming with corruption and brutality. It's like multiple different stories going on, different characters doing their own thing, and slowly they all interact with Tom Holland's character's story. Yeah, I think the way that they told the story in this film was really interesting, where we would see the end of an event and then watch it from the beginning lead up to that moment, and then you kind of know what's about to happen, and then you get to find out what happens after that. I thought it was weird at first, but I definitely learned to appreciate it as it started to happen more throughout the story. But like, yeah, this movie's dark.
I liked it though. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, no, I really liked it. Like the acting was phenomenal. I thought the soundtrack was really good. The cinematography.
I liked how the story,
I thought it was all top notch.
It was very different and very Netflix.
It was very different.
I'm glad Netflix actually pulled this because I would have not probably known of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely.
What's your favorite performance? What's your favorite performance in it?
Favorite performance? That's a good question. I would probably, I don't know. Like it was tough watching Tom Holland in that role because all I saw was Peter Parker.
Okay.
Like, I think he did a great job, but he was still Peter Parker. I don't know. I feel like I'm probably gonna give it to like Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, Bill Skarsgård went crazy. I was
he
kind
did
of
a great
mixed
job.
on Robert Pattinson's accent, but he did that all on himself, and he's just still phenomenal in the movie.
Oh yeah, he did a great job. Yeah.
I don't want to get into talk about it because, like I said,
yeah, I don't want to give away any of the details
I
further from that.
With you, and you were surprised it was my favorite movie of last year.
Yeah,
and
I was surprised that it really pulled.
I didn't give you any details.
You're right.
I didn't know what
and yeah, I'm glad that you didn't, because I really did enjoy this movie, and you should definitely go check it out if you have the chance.
By the way,
it's definitely.
I remember.
Great.
Never mind. My favorite performance was Riley Coe's character, who ran around with.
Oh yeah.
Who ran around with Jason.
Oh yeah, no, she's an awesome actress. I saw her in the movie The Lodge. That was on Hulu. I don't know if it's a Hulu exclusive. But... Oh yeah, another great movie. Yeah. So she's definitely pulling out a good filmography so far.
Yeah, she was the best performance in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and she was the best performance in The Lodge also.
I haven't seen The Lodge.
Lodge was actually really good. I was really surprised. If you have the chance, go check that one out also. think that came out in 2019.
But yeah, that's.
But then like officially released in 2020. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's it without spoilers, though, right? Or we're not really.
Yeah.
Spoiler. I don't want to talk about spoiler.
Yeah, no. If you go watch this movie, it's definitely worth your time. If what we said sounds up your alley,
it's
but we can move over to the
all the time.
It is worth all the time. Good one.
Thank you.
All right, so let's move on to the big thing, and that is
Wanda Vision episode 3.
This episode definitely, I think, this is when we are finally getting into full motion, or I guess the beginning of the motion of what we expected from this show, of the world kind of changing around her.
I want to say before we get deeper, spoilers. It's 3 episodes in. If you haven't seen it.
Yeah. We're gonna spoil minor things for the episode 1 and 2, and then do you want to just talk about spoilers? I feel like we should probably talk.
If you're interested in the show and you're here in episode 3, I would say you're into the show.
We're gonna talk. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, all right. So spoiler warning for episode 3. Go check it out. I think this is probably
spoiler warning for the whole show at this point.
Yeah, spoiler warning for WandaVision episodes 1 through 3. All right, Doubtful. What are your thoughts?
I believe this is it might be my favorite or second favorite. I don't know. I like episode 2 a lot.
Yeah, and I was about to say the same thing.
But this episode really showed. We finally meet the kids. The kids finally came out. What we've been speculating.
Yeah, the twins.
Last year. That's Tommy and Billy, also known as Speed and Wukan, or Wukan. I don't know. But the twins are there, and it was really like cool to see, and I'm really excited to see them set up Young Avengers. If that's
You're right, yeah. That definitely would make sense if they're doing that. I actually read a couple of theories on what might happen, and I have a pretty good idea on what that whole twin purpose is for. But of just the episode itself, I think
I like how slow building it is right now.
How slow it is?
Yeah, how slow building it is. It's like
it's slowly building up. It's definitely building tension. This episode, weird things are happening more. The different people are acting strange, and I think Vision or Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen are doing a great job as leads for this show. The way that they're jumping back and forth between emotions to bring that kind of corny sitcom feel to it.
I like the corny sitcom feel. It's pretty enjoyable right now.
Oh yeah, I absolutely love it.
It's probably the most unique and weird thing they're doing in the MCU right now.
Yeah, and it'll probably be the most unique thing that we ever get in the MCU, in complete honesty.
This feels super creative and super. It's fun as expected. MCU.
Yeah.
But it's also
definitely.
It's very unique to have this kind of world building kind of show now.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, when I heard the idea of Wanda and Vision getting their own show, I was like, ugh, yuck. I don't care.
Yeah. But then when we learned about how it's gonna be, we saw the trailer for it,
I didn't know they were setting up Wanda like this. So I was like, okay, you caught my eye.
Yeah. Did you real quick? I'm gonna move to. Do you have anything else to talk about the specific episode? Because I was going to talk about some speculations and theories.
I got to talk about I don't know what.
Well, yeah.
The last time I knew the commercials were about episode 1 and 2. What the toaster was the bomb, and the second one was the experiment. I have no clue what this Hydra soap is. I saw it was something about an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reference, right?
Oh, I didn't know. I hadn't heard that.
Where Coulson said something like there was Hydra uses soap to brainwash. Or that's cool. Thing. But usually these commercials mean something in her head, right? Hence why they're shown. They're shown for a reason. Kevin Feige ain't fucking.
Oh yeah, there's no way it's not.
He's not letting something slip like that randomly.
No, absolutely not.
There has to be a meaning.
Oh yeah.
Also, obviously the ending where. I forget her name. Oh my god.
I don't remember her name either. But the name drop of Ultron
I
and
didn't care.
listening to Wanda talk about Pietro was pretty awesome because we haven't really heard his mention.
I don't remember the last name. She's playing. She was in Captain Marvel as well. But Monica Rambeau? I don't know.
Monica Rambeau.
Rambeau. She.
I think that's what they said.
That was the chick. Captain Marvel taught, right? When she was a kid. In Captain.
She was a kid in Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I remember them talking about her being older. Yo, that's awesome.
Yeah, she's obviously.
Yeah, I was.
When she mentioned her brother dying to Ultron.
Yeah.
And then we saw just the sheer mention of saying that.
Yeah.
Just the sheer mention.
I loved how serious that moment got when that dropped. Wanda's reaction, she completely changed. She got real menacing. I actually thought Monica Rambeau was going to be a bad guy at first. I was like, oh, maybe she's going to be revealing to the bad guy. But then when she got real frightened by Wanda, I was like, and then the sword emblem came up. I was like, oh, okay, maybe she's not. She's freaked out. She's like, crap, I was not supposed to say that.
No, that was probably Catherine Hahn's character is definitely the villain, or maybe.
Well, have you listened? Have you read any theories?
Mephisto, right?
Yeah. There's because Mephisto is referred to as Ralph in the comics. I feel like there's no way that's an accident.
Who's Ralph?
And
is someone named Ralph in the show? Like the neighbor?
Oh, her husband, she says, is Ralph. And in this episode, she's like, "Oh, Ralph looks better in the dark." It's like, no, there's no way that's coincidence. So
maybe it could be
I feel like
Hart.
the big villain, Mephisto, is possible. Also, he's obsessed with getting Wanda's children. And
isn't it technically
episode 2,
part of his children? They're not really Vision's children. It's part of Manifesto's.
I think that might be possible.
I'm pretty sure that's how it is in the comics. It's not.
That makes sense. I mean, Vision's not really there, so
maybe his soul is.
It would make sense.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I like how he's slowly kind of figuring out something's wrong with his world.
Yeah, I definitely like that. When Kelsey and I was rewatching the 3rd episode with Kelsey, and when she rewinds it, when Vision started to figure stuff out, Kelsey actually thought that something happened with the TV, and I thought they did the way they did that was awesome.
It's funny
because it was funny. Yeah, watching her manipulating the world.
People that aren't used to this weird kind of thing be like, "What did they break my TV?" Why did they do this? It's always so funny to see because there's a bunch of people that don't like how the show's going right now because it's not huge
Yeah,
yet.
because it's not Marvel. This isn't what we've been used to, and that's why I love it so much.
That's why I'm loving it so far. It could be a big turd in the end for all I know, but
it could be, but I really doubt that. Yeah, I think this buildup is going to definitely pay off.
Hopefully, she becomes the villain in Doctor Strange.
That's what I was gonna say because somebody reported that Doctor Strange is gonna face off against 2 Avengers in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Definitely feel like Wanda's gonna be the first one, and then whether they bring Vision back, I don't know. Because in the comics, Vision becomes White Vision, where he doesn't have the Infinity Stone anymore, so he has
he never had the Infinity Stone in the comics. I thought. That was never in his head. This was just made for the movie.
Well, I don't. Well, yeah, but in the comics, when they bring him back as White Vision, he has no feelings or emotions. He doesn't realize he ever had a relationship with Wanda, and that's probably what they're going to build up to.
They're saying 2 Avengers. What about Mordo?
Wait, what?
What about Mordo? They set him up for the first movie.
Yeah, I don't. All I know I just saw that somewhere. I don't know if that's true or not.
Wanda's
I just heard that it's
villains,
2. Yeah, I think it would be awesome because she's so powerful. Now, I also saw someone talk about
Doctor Strange
Wonder
will put
Man.
her down. Wonder Man. What about him?
They casted Wonder Man back at when they were doing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Apparently, they casted Nathan Fillion, and That's pretty crazy. He was supposed to be in the movie, but James Gunn felt like he was out of place. He didn't work for the story. So technically, the MCU does have a Wonder Man, and but in the interview or behind the scenes, apparently for Wanda Vision, there is concept art for Wonder Man in the background. I feel like that has to be. They're leading to something. I think Wonder Man has something to do with one of the storylines with Scarlet Witch, but I'm not entirely sure.
Do you think you will see Ultron or Pietro? Or
I really hope so. Like if there's
well?
Oh yeah, because they did say that
Evan Peters is in the show eventually.
So yeah, I don't. This is the only opportunity I think that they have to bring back Pietro as Quicksilver. So I don't see why they wouldn't. And I would love to see Ultron again, because we were talking about it before we started recording. How much I really do like Age of Ultron, even though it's clearly not the best movie, but I really enjoy it. So I think it'd be awesome to see another swing at Ultron.
Yeah, make him actually good.
All right, I mean he definitely had his flaws, yeah. And they teased him coming back in Spider-Man: Homecoming, when
I wouldn't say that
Peter
was a tease.
It was definitely
funny.
In Age of Ultron. They said they had
Kevin
to destroy
Feige doesn't do anything for no reason. I forgot.
Yeah, exactly. Like they specifically said in the movie, they had to destroy every remnant of Ultron to completely destroy him. Spider-Man finding Ultron's head in that bag. There's no way that was a coincidence. That has to mean something.
Sense how they found his head, because isn't it just actually he had multiple bodies. Never mind.
He made multiple bodies, so I think he's coming back. That was definitely a tease. I don't know if that'll happen now or if that'll happen years down the line.
James Spader just showed up.
I would love that also. That would be really cool.
But
James Spader is awesome.
I wonder how this is going to affect the multiverse, since they're doing the multiverse with, I'm guessing, Evan Peters. It's not confirmed.
Yeah.
And how this leads on to Spider-Man and then Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to connect with the multiverse, because right now we don't really have any information on that. Because when it seems like Wanda is in some kind of trance, some kind of coma, not like in a different world. The fact that they can see what is happening, I don't know, because that portal where Monica gets thrown out of.
That's where I think they're in some world. That's about it I have for Wanda Vision.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait until next week to see if we get any more answers. Yeah, I guess I don't really have anything else to talk about.
Did you watch the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer?
Yes, I did.
How do you feel about it?
So I haven't seen any of that series of movies. I definitely plan on watching them all before Godzilla vs. Kong comes out. It just seems like your big blockbuster movie. Whether it'll be a great movie, I don't know.
Just make 2 hours of them punching each other.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I just hope that that's the whole movie and not like an hour and a half of setup and then they fight for like 15 minutes.
Martha.
That's what I'm afraid of. Yeah, exactly. I don't want no Batman v Superman. I just want to watch Godzilla and Kong fight, and I'm excited to watch all of the movies leading up to it. But I've never heard good things about this series so far, so my hopes aren't high for this movie. But I think like the special effects looks pretty cool. The trailer makes me excited to see it.
I'm hoping they just don't worry about human characters throughout the whole movie. But other than that,
yeah, I don't know why. What's the obsession with doing that?
I have no clue.
We're going to watch Godzilla and Kong, not side characters.
Not Millie Bobby Brown and Alexander Skarsgård.
Yeah. They're doing the same thing with Tom and Jerry, bro. That Tom and Jerry trailer?
Yeah, I already seen that though. But
yeah.
There's a bit of movie delays as well.
There are.
So 2021 Morbius is going to be 2022 or 2020.
Yeah, but we do have plenty of movies to watch for 2021. HBO Max, Netflix, Hulu. We got streaming stuff.
They're going to be again.
They are going to be
like
the
they were
MVPs.
last year. Let's be
Yep,
honest.
but now we have all of Warner Brothers' library coming out
Yeah,
on HBO Max.
now we have Warner Brothers who are
Yep.
being cool. Actually releasing movies. Black Widow's probably gonna get delayed. Let's be honest. Quiet Place 2 got delayed
Black Widow needs to come out on Disney Plus.
for $38.
It just needs to
Like
come
you want.
out. Like, if it comes out after Spider-Man 3, there's like
There's
why?
No way. There's no way because it's set up. Actually,
I know.
You can have the movies without Black Widow because it's unimportant, right?
Well, supposedly, it has to
It's a
have some
prequel.
kind of end credit scene. It has to have some kind of setup for something. It can't just be nothing at all. It's an MCU movie.
I don't know. Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, Spider-Man. Those are stayed for now, but Last Night in Soho got pushed back.
Oh,
Big L
I didn't
for
know
me.
about that.
Morbius got pushed back to 2022.
We're all crying.
Nobody got pushed back 2 months, which we saw the trailer literally.
Wait, nobody really?
What? No, nobody got pushed back till April. 2 months, I meant.
Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, I told you. That's why I said it was supposed to come out February, but it's coming out April.
Dang it. That's the only movie that I wanted to see this year, man.
I saw.
You're right, it
I
did
saw
get-
an article that said literally only four movies actually released since last year's Super Bowl ads. You remember? Because all those ads for like something like Black Widow.
Yeah.
I forget. Maybe Fast 9.
Oh my gosh.
Top Gun. Yeah. Like none of those movies ever released.
I mean, but we're not too upset about that.
What else got delayed? I'm pretty sure there's
I don't
more.
know.
It's mainly Sony and Lionsgate right now.
I gotcha.
But
Well, Sony movies, you never really know what you're gonna get.
so Kingsman got pushed back, which was supposed to come out.
Oh.
I forget, February or March, August. They said.
That's great. I was kind of excited for that one. Yeah, it's gonna be rough, but we're gonna have stuff coming out on streaming platforms.
I forgot the biggest one was No Time to Die, which has been probably the big
Oh,
one
yeah.
that's been getting pushed back since the beginning of time.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
They actually-
yeah, because that was like the first big one that got postponed.
They lost money because they already promoted the movie, right? And it was
Uh-huh.
a month before it came out, and then they pushed it back. You remember?
Yeah, that was a big L.
Oh,
yeah, I
the biggest
remember.
L to me was Ghostbusters Afterlife, actually. Again.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's supposed to come out March, and now it's November.
I can't wait for that movie to come out.
Oh, hopefully,
One day, they'll eventually come out at some point.
hopefully COVID disappears.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's everything for this week. We'll be back next week with some more stuff that we see. The Little Things comes out on HBO Max and theaters. That's gonna be the big thing next week, and we'll see what else we get the opportunity to watch.
Maybe more old stuff like The Devil All the Time.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. This has been Ryan Buehler,
I'm doubtful.
and you guys have a great night. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. You too.